Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 DC movie plot holes.
Are you sweet talking me?
You've lost.
I don't know how to lose.
For this list, we'll be looking at moments from DC movies that just don't make sense, even in terms of comic book logic. Maybe the Snyder Cut will finally clear up some of these plot holes, but it has a lot of explaining to do. Also, keep in mind that some of these plot holes contain spoilers. Which DC plot hole drives you nuts? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Lois Is the Key. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Dreaming about a post-apocalyptic world dominated by Superman, Bruce is awakened by the Flash via portal. Flash tells him that Lois is the key before Bruce wakes up again in the Batcave.
It's Lois! Lois Lane! She's the key!
So was that whole thing with the Flash part of the nightmare, or did it actually happen? Well, we guess Lois is the key since she calms Supes down in Justice League.
Please.
Nevertheless, we still don't know when the Flash traveled back in time, when he learned to time travel, or why his warning was so vague. Zack Snyder apparently had plans for this plot point to be elaborated on in future films. Given the ensuing behind-the-scenes problems, though, this bewildering cameo probably should have been left on the cutting room floor.
You're right about him! You've always been right about him! Fear him!
Number 9. The Invisible Jet. Wonder Woman 1984. To reach Cairo, Diana and Steve take a jet from the Smithsonian. We're not sure why the Smithsonian would keep antique planes fueled and ready to fly on a runway at night, but that's only the beginning of our questions.
Here goes nothing.
Steve pilots the plane with ease, even though he hasn't flown since World War I. Just as Steve is able to fly a more advanced aircraft with no trouble, Diana conveniently turns the jet invisible. In 5 decades, Diana was only able to make a cup invisible. Now she can suddenly conceal an entire jet on a whim? On top of all that, why doesn't Diana use this newfound power more? Why not turn her eagle armor invisible to sneak up on Maxwell and Cheetah? Number 8. The Squad's Purpose. Suicide Squad. Although the Suicide Squad ends up defeating the Enchantress, that wasn't their initial goal. They were called to Midway City to extract a target from a safe house, which turns out to be Amanda Waller.
Waller, we're about to enter the building. Get that chopper ready.
Maybe this would make sense if they had to escort Waller across the perilous city. Waller merely needs assistance getting to the roof, however, where a helicopter is supposed to pick her up. Why did Waller need several dangerous criminals to help her up the stairs? There were plenty of agents around who just as easily could have done that.
I'll accept the consequences.
I am your consequence.
Did Waller even need an escort at all? What's more, if Waller hadn't brought Harley into the mix, the Joker wouldn't have hijacked the helicopter that was supposed to rescue her. Number 7. Send more lanterns. Green Lantern. The opening narration says that only a bin Sur was able to stop Parallax back in the day.
Only the legendary Green Lantern Abin Sur was capable of capturing and imprisoning this beast.
Hal Jordan may have inherited Abin Sur's power ring, but he's still new to the whole Green Lantern thing. Despite doing very little training or crime fighting throughout the film, Jordan manages to defeat Parallax on his own. For a villain who had a lot of buildup, Parallax is thwarted fairly easily, with Hal literally punching him into the sun. So why were the Green Lantern Corps and Guardians scared of this thing in the first place? If Hal could defeat Parallax in several minutes, imagine how much quicker the battle would have been if they just sent a few more Green Lanterns. We guess they didn't have the willpower? Number 6. Finding the Facility. Wonder Woman 1984. Maxwell Lord plans to execute his master plan from a top-secret satellite facility. Of course, Wonder Woman shows up to save the day, but the filmmakers forgot to divulge some crucial information. How did Diana know where the facility was? She wasn't tracking the helicopter Max was on. As far as we know, she didn't even see those satellite charts back at the White House.
I need immediate access to this satellite. And a chopper!
to get me there.
She just sees Max on television and manages to track him down. Did Diana fly around until she found the facility by chance? It's not the best explanation, but it's more than this movie gives us. Of course, Max's plan itself is a whole other can of worms. What if people had wished for contradictory things? Or for Max to drop dead?
Granted!
Number 5. The Squad's lack of superpowers. Suicide Squad. What happens when another Zod or Doomsday attacks Earth? Well, we think that the Flash, Aquaman, or Wonder Woman could take care of it. Instead, Amanda Waller enlists a group of criminals, a Suicide Squad as Deadshot not so subtly dubs them.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
While that's already an ill-advised idea, Waller's selections only add to the stupidity. The lineup consists of a guy with a gun, a woman with a baseball bat, a dude with a boomerang, and a crocodile man who's strong but not that strong. The only 2 members with any real superpowers are El Diablo, who has sworn off violence, and Enchantress, who they lose control of. You know, it feels like everything that goes wrong in this movie is because of Waller's poor planning.
You are evil!
Number 4. Why didn't Diana fly in Batman vs. Superman or Justice League? Wonder Woman 1984. Turning things invisible isn't the only power that Diana suddenly masters in this sequel. After saying goodbye to Steve for the second time, Diana discovers the ability to fly. As sporadic as it is, this is an empowering and atmospheric scene that works within the confines of the film. When you take the entire DCEU into consideration, however, it raises a few questions. Namely, why didn't Diana fly in the movies that take place later down the line? She could have grabbed the kryptonite spear and flown into Doomsday, sparing Superman in the process. There are also several instances during Justice League where flight would have come in handy. We suppose flying is like riding a bike. Sometimes you forget. Wait, that's not how it works.
Children. I work with children.
Number 3. When did Batman and Superman become besties? Justice League. Although he goes to enormous lengths to destroy Superman, Batman has a change of heart upon realizing that their mothers share the same name.
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name! It's his mother's name. As corny as that is, maybe this scene could have worked if Batman and Superman slowly gained each other's trust over multiple films. Bruce immediately comes to acknowledge Clark as his friend, however, forgetting that they were battling to the death earlier that night.
It's okay. I'm a friend of your son's.
I figured. After Clark sacrifices himself, Bruce acts as if he's failed a companion. Throughout Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, though, we never see a genuine friendship develop between them. Just because Batman and Superman are friends in the comics doesn't mean that they can instantly become pals in the movies. It has to be earned.
How did you get the house back from the bank? I bought the bank.
Number 2. Lex's plan and motivation. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. There are several reasons that Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor frustrated many fans.
Ahoy, ahoy! I did not know you were here.
But our biggest problem comes down to the sheer lack of logic. No matter how many Ultimate Editions you release, Lex's plan to get Batman and Superman to fight each other will always be needlessly complex.
To save Martha, bring me the head of the bat.
What's even more convoluted is why Lex creates Doomsday. Although it's not well explained, Lex apparently fears that Superman is too powerful. So why unleash a Kryptonian monster that's bound to cause even more mayhem? Again, just because Lex is a bad guy in the comics doesn't mean that the movies can throw motivation out the window.
Now God is good as dead.
Before we unveil our most confusing number 1 pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions. Breathing in Space. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Is Mariel Hemingway secretly Kryptonian? Joker's Parade. Batman. Did the citizens of Gotham, not to mention the police, forget everything Joker did? Broadcast signals from a camera count as touching people. Wonder Woman 1984. Why doesn't just seeing Max Lord work the same way?
You said touches? As in the particles you are sending are touching.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. If I Could Turn Back Time. Superman. As fun as some of the original Superman movies are, the titular character's powers are inconsistent to say the least. Out of the blue, he's able to throw the S symbol on his costume and rebuild the Great Wall of China with nothing but his eyes. The one that everybody dwells on, however, is reversing time by spinning the world backward. This raises no shortage of questions. If Superman can rotate the world with his great speed, why could he only get one missile? Why doesn't he ever use this power again? Above all else, do you know what would happen if the Earth's rotation was actually reversed? There would be unbelievable damage, but you definitely would not time travel.
Stupid car runs out of gas.
Well, sorry about that, Lois. But I've been kind of busy for a while.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.